Call it a cross between Dirty Dancing and Footloose, a recent crackdown at schools across the country. Officials are trying to stop suggestive or so-called freak dancing, and they're using everything from contracts to William Shatner. Bravo to the schools. Have you seen how these kids dance? That's not dancing. It's disgusting.
You're outraged.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should have seen Maggie as this tape was rolling.
Yeah.
I was mad.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. What do you guys think?
Well, that's what, you know, when I was a child,
right.
I mean, we barely.
Well, remember, not to condone it, but remember when Elvis Presley was shaking his pelvis in the early 1950s.
Outraged the country.
Outraged.
Right.
Remember, police were ready to arrest him.
So you think in a few years we're going to see
I'm not saying it's right.
girl giving a lap dance to a kid is an okay thing?
No. You've just taken a leap.
No, that's what they compared it to.
Right.
All right, sorry.
And the thing is, though, but Dave has the entire William Shatner collection.
Golden Throats was the name of the album. He and Leonard Nimoy, and it's good stuff.
There you go. Up next, protecting your kids from the flu.
The Early Show continues now from the General Motors building in New York City.
In this morning's Flu Watch, scheduling your children's flu shots. If your kids are younger, you will need more than one trip to the doctor. Our own Dr. Jennifer Ashton is back with some important advice on timing. Good morning again.
Good morning, Maggie.
So this year, there are two different flu vaccines that kids need, the seasonal flu and the H1N1 vaccine.
Right.
For some kids, what is the maximum number of doctor's visits that could mean?
It's actually 4, Maggie, so that might mean 4 separate trips to the pediatrician, which obviously presents a little bit of a logistical challenge. Let's go through it. For H1N1, if your child is under 10 years of age, automatically they will need 2 doses, a primer dose and what's called a booster dose. For the seasonal flu shot, if they're getting it for the first time and they're under 9, they'll also need 2. So again, a maximum of 4 doses.
All right, let's talk about timing. Can you get the H1N1 and the seasonal flu shot at the same time?
Now, this is a very complicated issue, so let's go through the menu of options. The first option is really the injectable form of the vaccine. As you mentioned, you can get these on the same day. So the H1N1 shot and the seasonal flu shot in separate arms. Remember again that if your child is under 10, they'll need to go back 3 weeks later for the H1N1 booster.
What about if they're getting the nasal spray version of the shot?
So this is option number 2. Now the nasal spray is a little bit trickier. For the H1N1 and the seasonal flu, if you get those 2, they need to be spaced out by 4 weeks. And again, this is different than the booster for the H1N1 shot.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you get this one and this one on the same day?
No, definitely not, because these are live weakened viruses. So they need to be spaced out by 4 weeks. Then again, the booster for the H1N1, even if you're doing that in nasal spray form, 3 weeks later.
All right, so you go in, get the H1N1 spray, you wait 4 weeks, get the seasonal spray, then you wait under 10 years old 3 more weeks and get the second H1N1 spray. 3 to 4 weeks,
exactly.
Very good. Quickly, can you mix the nasal spray and the shot?
Now, this is the third option, and yes, you can. So you can get either version of the mist and the shot on the same day, same time. Just remember that if you're getting the H1N1 booster, that needs to be 3 weeks later.
Thank you. We're out of time.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back. We'll put it on the web for you. Thank you, Jen.
CBS Health.
This week we have been going back in time as part of our series Early Time Machine. Yesterday, 1979. Today, different year, different decade.
Dave, you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
All right, folks, here we go. We're opening up the big vacuum lock.
Godspeed.
There we go.
Good luck.
Guys, I'll see you in a little bit.
Jump on in. Here we go.
Tear down this wall.
Oh, there we go.
Good year. You all right, Dave? Can't touch this.
Whoa.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I have traveled far and wide.
Yes.
And all this time, I tried to keep abreast of the events that were happening in this year.
Yeah.
And this is what I brought back to keep abreast of the events that happened this year.
You were supposed to go back to 1990, not to your apartment.
Oh, Maggie, you're delightful.
Well, that looks like that, right?
Yeah,
it certainly does.
That is correct.
There you have it.
Of course, this is the famed bra that she wore on her tour that year. And if you remember, this was what everyone talked about.
Yes.
This was the year of the Game Boy. The Super Soaker.
Right.
Do you remember that?
You soaked up a lot of knowledge in there.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And
there it is.
There we go. And I present this to you.
Oh, thanks.
Now, as Maggie shows you that beautiful piece of lingerie, we're going to go back and take a look at the year 1990 and some of the moments that a lot of us simply can't forget.
Oh yeah, it's Maggie, baby. Hootie hoo. Yeah. Take heed, I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. My town that created all the bass sound, enough to shit and kick holes in the ground. Styles like a chemical spill. These are rhymes you can vision and feel. Conducted in form, there's a hell of a concept. We make it hype, and you wanna step with this. Shade plays on the fade, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade so fast. But the DJ say, damn, rhyme was a drug, I'd sell it by the gram. Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic when I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook with my DJ. Ice, ice, baby. Yo, Maggie. Ice, ice, baby. Go ahead, go ahead. Ice, ice, baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ice, ice, baby. You know, you know. Word to your mother.
How sweet is that? Thank you so much.
Word to your mother. You were.
Word to your mother.
Your mother and your mother and your mother.
Now, everybody should know that you made history with that song. You were the #1 rapper on Billboard's Hot 100 with a single for the first time.
Wow.
How gratifying was that?
I still look back and go, wow. Amazing, amazing.
He wrote that song when he was 16.
Yeah.
Is it true that you wrote it in 15 minutes?
I wrote it really quick. I thought about the whole thing. It took me a little bit longer to write it, but the whole thing, the whole concept, 15 minutes.
Wow.
And you still do people, I mean, even now, just out with our crowd today, people know every single word to the song.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I just got back from Africa. I went to Russia, and and believe it or not, they don't speak English very well, but they know the words to that song.
They know the words.
It's amazing.
Here's what I always wondered, because we're from Miami.
Yep.
Your name is Robert Van Winkle.
True.
How does that turn into Vanilla Ice?
Well, I really didn't like the nickname at first. I breakdanced. I used to breakdance, and I was the only white kid doing it. So my friends labeled me the Vanilla Kid. I told them, I said, stop doing that. And you know, as friends at that age, they're like, vanilla, vanilla. They just want to, you know, irritate you. And then it's stuck on like any nickname, and there it is.
Yeah. Your life has taken so many twists and turns. How are things now, and how has this journey back to where you are, how has that been?
We are who we are because of who we were. And Tammy Faye, God bless her. She, you know, she's the best. She told me, you know, that, and that was like the best therapy ever for my life. And, you know, I had a weekend that lasted a few years, but I'm here now, and I'm happier than ever, and I wouldn't trade my life with anybody today.
There you go.
And you're a family man now with kids.
Married with a beautiful wife, kids, everything.
How
and
many
just
kids?
2 kids, 2 girls.
There you go.
Dusty and
They
Keely.
know the lyrics?
They know all the lyrics.
Pump it up, pump it up.
There you go.
Thanks, Rob.
Good times.
Ice, ice, baby. Have a great day,
1990,
everybody.
on forever.
Local news is next.
That's right.